two people who have apologised, who have worked terribly hard on this organisation tonight. Jennifer Gooch, she got struck down with the dreaded lurgy over the weekend, and also Mark Parsons, one of our IT support people. And I also want to thank both Stuart and Adam, who are the husbands of Joanne and Rowena, who have let their wives come tonight and stayed home to mind the kids. So it's really nice. So I'm appreciative of that. So they're the apologies. So thank you very much. One of the things that I'd like to look around in the room, I've had some questions about what have you done, where have you gone. So what we've done is we've put around the room a few photo boards. Now, I'm not to blame for those at all. I take no responsibility. They're the entire work of our artistic director, Suzanne Wilson, who's down the back. And Suzanne is one of the most talented artistic people I know. And she redesigned our website. She worked out how to put funny captions on, and she's done all of this for us. And I really thank you, Suzanne, for what you've done. But do look at her work. The photographs and the captions are something to envy. The other thing is there's a rolling display here for you of some projects that we've done over the years that you might be interested. Now, the thing that I want you to do for me tonight, and this is very important, is that hanging on this is a prize. You've got to pick the mistakes on the rolling display. There are 3 text errors in it. 3. Now, we expect you to tell us what the errors are, and the person that gets the prize, it'll be not a bottle of Grange, I'm sorry, a bottle of red. But in any event, that's where it is. And I'd like you, when you're looking at that, to note how workplace health and safety has changed over the years, and that what we have today is quite different. The other thing is around here, there's some pamphlets about the company, what it's done over the years, some business cards. And for those that currently have a house experiencing cracks, there's a crack gauge, a free crack gauge for measuring so that you can keep a track of the way the cracks in your house develop. And when they get big enough so you can walk through, as we had in a hotel down southwest, that you can actually walk through the cracks between the rooms, then you can know what's going on. But I've also been told not to talk too much, but the basic thing, I thought that we ought to make a few observations about Shirley Consulting Engineers. And I just espied that Rebecca and Janet Westcombe have just come in, and they're very special people because of their disaster they had in Newcastle. So just think of it this way, all the clients here have had one disaster one way or another. Some of them have had bigger disasters than others, some have been purely financial, some have been emotional and other. And I think that although tonight's about socialising and conversation, I thought we should remember 40 years of what's happened. Because Sandy Longworth's sitting over the corner, and Sandy is a man that inspired me deeply in consulting engineering. And I said to him tonight that I wish that we had stayed together all of my professional career. Because I think that although there was water under the bridge at the time, I think that we could have really done something. However, having said that, when SCE started, the geotechnical community was a very small group. And Diane, my wife, said to me, geoengineering is not real engineering. How far we've come. Engineering in the 70s was different to what it is now. And engineers usually didn't concern themselves about fee competition. Imagine it. We had a scale of fees, you know. We didn't have to think about it. They were professional persons and paid well. They're not anymore. Then we had a recession in the 80s, 80, 82. I don't know whether you remember it, but we had a big recession in 1980, 82. And then the election of the Messiah in 1983 with, we called him Bob Hawke, wasn't it? He brought back the rain, the America's Cup and whatever. Anyhow, he came in, and the Trade Practices Act of 1984 changed everything in engineering. Completely changed the face. And so the engineering of the 70s could not exist in the 80s. So in the 1980s, SCE changed tack. We went into ground engineering and developed new systems of excavation support. And we developed a patented system called the Integrated Support System. And I suppose the ultimate accolade you can get is to have your patent stolen from you by the world's largest miner, they call it BHP. Nevertheless, that method was used in basement excavations in Sydney in the 80s. Then, of course, we had another recession, didn't we? In 1989-90, the recession we just had to have. We had to have, make everybody go broke. And again, what happened is that all the work of developers and builders, the engineering industry contracted by 30%. Can you imagine it? Between 25 and 30% of engineers in 1990 became unemployed. There was this massive contraction. Remember it. It became a dog-eat-dog developer and builder market. So SCE decided to move on. And we moved on to fixing up the effects of bad engineering by others. And we did this and we went into investigative and forensic engineering, which is what we're still doing today. But when we went into it, we found massive problems. Poor quality work by bad engineers devastating financially their clients. This was the situation of engineering experts in the early 1990s. And because we found it was so badly done, we went off and did something different. We developed a new approach to forensic engineering. And we found, and there are some clients here that will tell you, that yes, we charged them a lot of money to do the work, but yes, they got the result, and yes, they got a new life. Yes, they got a life where they got all their costs paid, and the work we did was great value for money. It's not the cost, it's value for money. And there's a man down the back called Michael Duchateau, who anybody thinks that they've been overcharged by a lawyer, they ought to talk to him. Because all he does is investigate overcharging. And it's a good job. So we developed this new approach. And because of this new approach, we naturally got involved with the College of Investigative and Remedial Works Engineers. And you'll see there's the entire board of the college here. They're standing all over there. I don't know why they're all standing together, but anyhow, they are.
There's a sitting back here.
They stick like thick as thieves, and they're oh, sorry, there's one over here, John, who's not. Sorry. Okay. So they're a group of engineers who believe in doing the job right and doing it carefully. And then, of course, we had the global financial crisis in 2007, didn't we? And all the engineers, all the mid-sized engineering firms got gobbled up by the international companies. And small-sized engineering companies basically have gone out of business in Australia. And that what you have today in Australia is that 95% of the engineering is done by overseas owned, dominated, organised companies. And one young man who was going to be here tonight, he's not young I suppose, Cardigan's 45, but he was planning to be here tonight and he rang me on Friday and said, I've just been told I've got to go to Vietnam for a year. No ifs, no buts, don't care about his kids, don't care about his family life, you go or you got the sack. That's the attitude. But that's been spawned by the global financial crisis. So SCE has invented itself again as a consequence of that. So why have I spoken to you about two recessions, global financial crisis, the trade practices? The reason I've spoken to you about it is a philosophy of life. And that philosophy of life says, if you believe in something passionately and are prepared to put the hard yards in and work hard at it, you probably won't achieve financial success, but you'll be around. If you are prepared to be stubborn, unique and innovative, you will survive. Because that's the story of Shirley Consulting Engineers. Because if surviving two recessions and a global financial crisis means anything, what it means is that either we've been doing something right or we've been too stubborn and stupid. to give up. So, my friends, my clients, my people I work with in IT and insurance, and my staff, I want to give you one message from tonight, and that is never, ever give up. No matter how black the picture is, no matter how you feel that there is no way out of where you are, there is always hope. And I want to, as it were, preach to you the gospel of hope. Because hope for the future is the basic human condition, and it has been always the basic ethos of Shirley Consulting Engineers. So what I'd like you to do is to have a look around, go for the quiz, win the bottle of red, have a look, pick up the stuff that's around, and enjoy the next few hours with us. Thank you very much.
Come back up, Mr. Chair. So most of you have met me before or seen me around. David Willows. I've been with Andrew now for 12 years, as Simon has also. And some of the other staff that I've seen come and go over the time, a few of them are here, which is good to see. But it's been an inspiration to me, and Andrew's been a fantastic mentor over the time I've been with him. And I'm sure all the staff feel the same, that Andrew is a very good engineer, and it's been an excellent achievement doing this 40 years in the business. 40 years in a row. Amazing. Congratulations.
You totally unexpected. I knew nothing about this.
So enjoy.
It's a bottle of scotch, David. We can
That's right.
And no thank you would be complete without big thanks to Diane as well for being with Andrew this whole time and doing all the work. Thank you.